In only a few hours, UAW auto workers could be going on strike. The union set to announce which auto plants will be targeted shortly after 10 o'clock. That is, unless they come to a deal with Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis. That's the parent of Chrysler and Jeep and Ram. Let's bring in WDRB business reporter Chris Otts. And Chris, we know talks are going on. You hope something can happen last minute, but locally, if it doesn't, what's at stake for the folks who work at our plants?
Well, you really have to separate this by the two plants that we have here in town. So, Kentucky Truck Plant, there's really not too much at stake specifically for them that's different than all the other workers at Ford. Of course, you know, the same wage increases, cost of living, all the national issues, but they make the big Super Duty trucks, and those are a very important profit center for Ford. They are fueling the future of the company, so there's, you know, they're going full steam ahead at Kentucky Truck Plant. Louisville Assembly Plant is a different matter. The Escape, which they make there, is not as popular as it used to be, and we're expecting that within this contract, we're going to get an idea of what the next product at Louisville Assembly Plant might be. Perhaps an electric vehicle is something that's been talked about. There are many things up in the air right now, but LAP really does not have a certain future, and that's just one of the issues that are at stake here amid all the others.
That'd be huge if that plant wasn't in the Louisville area. So real quickly, you've got a lot of sources all the way up to Detroit. Can they come to agreement, do you think, if they get close to those 10% raises and maybe not get the 4-day work week and maybe not get the pension, but some big pay hikes?
Right, so I think that the pensions are probably not happening. They do have a very robust 401k. And the 4-day work week for 5 days pay, also not something that's being talked about. But big wage increases for sure, some 20% at least. Whether they come to a deal, it's still up in the air, but all indications are, Scott, that it's pretty unlikely at this point, especially with respect to Ford, whom we're following most closely.
All right, Chris, we're going to have you back on our late news tonight after the UAW announces which plants will be walking out, and we thank you for breaking it down.